Okay, IED, the question has come up a lot over the past couple of days that say, hey, I've made my part, but I need to know how to make supports in Cura in order to be able to have my design print out okay and not have any failures in the printing process. So the reason why you would need supports is you've got to remember that a 3D printer prints one layer at a time from the bottom to the top. So let's say that I have this shape right here, this C-beam, and I want to be able to print it. But if I look at the 3D model of it, there's this big open space right here in the middle. So it'll print the left side and the right side just fine, one layer at a time. But then when it gets to the top layer, it's going to try to put plastic in open space, and it's just not going to work. The plastic's going to fall because of gravity, and you're not going to have a C-beam whenever you're done. So what you need to do, if you're like, okay, the most logical thing to do is to look at your shape and then say, well, you know what? I could really just take this shape and twist it over on its back, and then it would print out the bottom part and then the sides just fine. But if you have a piece that can't do that, if no matter which way you turn it, it still has something that's hanging off to the side, then what you need to do is you need to add supports. So here we go. Here's what we do. Go to the top right where you see the standard quality. This is the settings. So if you click on it, you're going to get a window that comes down. If you don't have all of these things in your print settings, there should be a button that says custom down here in the bottom right. Go ahead and click on that button if you don't have all these different options. So we're going to find the one that says support, and you're going to click generate support, and it's going to give you a couple of other options. I would recommend that you, for beginners, I would recommend that you do support placement everywhere and that you have the support overhang angle at 60 degrees. Okay, the lower you make this angle, the more supports you're going to put on. The higher you make this angle up to 90 degrees, the less support it's going to have. So 90 degrees would be the maximum number, which means I don't want any supports, and 0 means I want supports all over the place. You want a happy medium between the two. So this one, if you print it this way, which would be foolish, would take a lot of supports, but I'm going to just show you guys what it would look like anyway. When you have it set to generate support and you have the support placement to everywhere, you click the slice button and it will go ahead and it will process what it's going to take. It'll make the G code for this. And you're going to check and make sure that it actually made supports by clicking the preview button. So after it finishes, you've got to wait till it finishes. After it finishes, you're going to hit preview. And mine still seems to be thinking about it. My slow potato computer. Come on, potato computer. I know you can do it. There we go. So I'm going to hit the preview button. And when I hit the preview button, I can see that this spot right here is going to be filled in. All of this stuff underneath is going to have a support underneath. And theoretically, you should be able to remove this easily because of the way that it prints out. Now, in this case, if you print it like this, you're going to have a pretty tough time getting these supports out. Once again, it is foolish to print it this way. You want to flip it around and print it the other way if you can. This is just an example. Okay, hope that was helpful and happy 3D printing.